Archangel Michael speaks with a voice that resonates through the very depths of your soul, shaking the foundations of what you thought was certain, illuminating a truth hidden in shadows that you have carried unknowingly for far too long. You have walked through your days in a haze of trust, believing that the people who surrounded you were anchored in loyalty, that the connections you nurtured were fortified by honesty, that the hearts you opened to were safe havens of compassion. Yet, beloved, the reality has been obscured by a veil that I have been commanded to tear away by the order of God Himself, for the time has come for you to see, for the time has come for the truth to be unveiled. Someone you trusted, someone whose presence brought comfort and whose words lulled you into a sense of security, has betrayed you in ways both subtle and devastating. This betrayal has woven itself into the fabric of your life with stealth, twisting events and interactions into forms that served their purpose while undermining your foundation, while distorting your sense of reality in ways that were designed to remain invisible until now. I urge you, do not delay, do not let hesitation dull your perception, for the revelation that awaits must be received fully, immediately, without distraction or doubt. The seconds are fleeting, the moments are fragile, the window of understanding is ephemeral. You are being called to recognize the patterns, to acknowledge the subtle manipulations, to feel the tremors of deceit that have passed beneath the surface of your consciousness. Do not resist the awakening, do not cling to denial, for it is a form of protection that is no longer sanctioned. The divine directive is clear: you must see the betrayal in its entirety to reclaim your power, to fortify your spirit, to restore the sanctity of your trust and the purity of your heart. Every interaction that seemed benign must now be examined with a discerning eye. Every word spoken in comfort or in casual conversation must be reconsidered in light of this illumination. The one who has betrayed you has done so with calculated intent, cloaking their actions in masks of concern and gestures of affection, crafting a facade so convincing that even your keenest intuition may have been dulled by the artifice. Yet now, under the guidance of divine revelation, you are being offered the clarity to pierce through the illusions, to see the underlying motives, to recognize the patterns that have long eluded your conscious awareness. This betrayal is not a minor fracture in your relationships, beloved, it is a deep, seismic shift, a violation that has resonated through the structures of your life, affecting decisions, shaping perspectives, influencing opportunities, and altering the trajectory of your journey in ways both visible and unseen. The truth you are about to confront may ignite a storm within you, a tempest of emotions that demand acknowledgement: anger, sorrow, disbelief, and a profound sense of loss. Allow yourself to feel fully, to experience the waves of these emotions without judgment, for they are the natural response of a soul that has been confronted with deception, of a heart that has been tenderly, purposefully manipulated. You must honor your feelings as they arise, recognizing them as signals, as messages, as guides that will assist you in navigating the path forward. Yet, even in the midst of this turbulence, remember that you are not alone. I stand with you, and God's presence enfolds you in a protective mantle that cannot be penetrated by the actions of another, no matter how calculated or cruel. This betrayal, while significant, does not define your essence, does not diminish your worth, and does not preclude the possibility of renewal, of restoration, of transformation that will emerge as a direct result of your courage in facing this truth. The one who has betrayed you has acted out of their own fears, insecurities, desires, and limitations, projecting shadows into your world that were never yours to bear, yet you have carried them because of the depth of your empathy, the expansiveness of your trust, and the openness of your heart. Recognize now that the fault lies not in your discernment, but in the choices of another, choices that reflect more about them than they ever could about you. This realization is both liberating and necessary, for it allows you to reclaim your power, to step into the light of understanding, to release the chains of confusion and doubt that have bound you. The betrayal you have endured has been a test of your spirit, a challenge to your resilience, a call to awaken fully to the realities of human intention and divine order. You are being offered the opportunity to see with unprecedented clarity, to observe without the veil of trust that has so long shielded your perception, and to act with wisdom informed by experience, guided by the divine, and strengthened by your inner knowing. Now is the time to open your awareness to the full spectrum of this revelation, to let the truth wash over you like a cleansing wave that removes the sediment of illusion and exposes the bedrock of reality beneath. You may feel the urge to question, to rationalize, to soften the edges of the truth to make it more palatable, but resist this urge, for the unvarnished truth is what empowers you. The betrayer has relied upon the softening of perception, the human tendency to forgive prematurely, to ignore signs, to give the benefit of doubt without evidence, but you are now being called to act with clarity, discernment, and divine insight that cannot be obscured. Observe the signs that were once dismissed, the half-truths, the small inconsistencies, the moments of hesitation, the subtle manipulations that now reveal themselves as the threads of deception. These threads, when woven together, form a tapestry of intent that cannot be ignored, that demands recognition, that insists upon acknowledgement in order for you to move forward with integrity and strength. Allow yourself to see without distortion, to feel without restraint, and to respond without fear. The betrayal you are confronting may manifest in many ways, in words spoken behind your back, in promises broken, in opportunities withheld, in alliances formed against you, or in subtle acts of undermining that have shifted circumstances without your awareness. Each of these acts carries with it an energetic imprint, a residue of intent that you can sense and recognize now with heightened perception. Do not underestimate the significance of this revelation, for it is a key that unlocks understanding across multiple dimensions of your life, illuminating patterns, relationships, and decisions that have long appeared confusing, contradictory, or painful. With the unveiling of this truth, you are granted the divine gift of awareness, the opportunity to reclaim your sovereignty, and the ability to set boundaries that protect the sanctity of your heart and the integrity of your journey. Remember, the one who has betrayed you is not beyond consequence, for every action in the universe carries its weight, and divine justice operates with precision, timing, and inevitability. Your role is not to seek vengeance, but to recognize the truth, release attachment to the illusion, and act from a place of empowered discernment, guided by wisdom, love, and the knowledge that you are fully supported by forces greater than the machinations of any human intent. As this realization settles within you, you may feel a sense of disorientation, a shaking of assumptions, a tremor in the foundations of what you thought was certain. This is natural. It is the recalibration of your soul in response to a new frequency of truth, the adjustment of perception to align with a reality that has been obscured but is now emerging in full clarity. Trust in this process. Trust in your ability to navigate the complexities that lie ahead. Trust in the divine protection that surrounds you, ensuring that even in the face of betrayal, you remain intact, whole, and capable of moving forward with grace, strength, and unwavering integrity. You are being invited to examine your relationships with fresh eyes, to discern intentions with a sharpened sense of perception, to recognize the patterns of behavior that once went unnoticed, and to respond with a combination of wisdom, courage, and compassion that honors both your truth and your boundaries. This is not a call to bitterness, nor a call to vengeance. It is a call to awakening, a call to clarity, a call to stand firmly in the light of understanding while navigating a world where deceit has been revealed. As you move through this revelation, you will encounter emotions, memories, and realizations that have been suppressed or ignored. Let them surface. Let them be seen. Let them be acknowledged. Each moment of awareness strengthens your ability to navigate the path ahead, each recognition of truth fortifies your spirit, and each act of discernment realigns you with the divine flow that supports your highest good. This betrayal, though painful, is a catalyst for transformation. It is an invitation to refine your intuition, to deepen your understanding of human nature, to strengthen your inner boundaries, and to emerge with a clarity of purpose and vision that was previously inaccessible. In the wake of this revelation, your relationships will shift, your priorities will realign, and your perception of trust will evolve to accommodate wisdom tempered by experience. You are not diminished by the betrayal, you are empowered by the knowledge, fortified by awareness, and aligned with a truth that ensures your continued growth, evolution, and spiritual resilience. Now, as you prepare to fully acknowledge this hidden reality, I urge you to open your heart fully, to allow the waves of emotion to pass through without resistance, to observe without judgment, and to act with clarity, integrity, and divine guidance. The truth has been hidden for a reason, but now that the time for revelation has come, you are being called to step fully into the awareness that allows you to reclaim your power, restore your sovereignty, and navigate the complexities of human interaction with wisdom, strength, and discernment. Every interaction, every word, every gesture must now be seen through the lens of divine insight, every decision approached with heightened awareness, and every boundary established with confidence and clarity. You are being supported in this process, protected as you confront the truth, and guided toward actions that align with your highest good and the unfolding plan of divine order. The one who betrayed you may not see the consequences of their actions in the same moment, but divine justice operates in a rhythm and precision that surpasses human understanding, ensuring that balance is restored and truth prevails. Your role is to witness, to acknowledge, and to act from the position of strength, awareness, and integrity, knowing that the universe supports your right to clarity, your need for protection, and your capacity to move forward with courage and discernment. Each revelation, each insight, each recognition of deceit is a step toward empowerment, a step toward reclaiming your sovereignty, a step toward aligning fully with the divine truth that underpins your existence. Let the awareness of this betrayal illuminate all areas of your life where illusion has taken root, let it sharpen your perception, and let it guide you toward choices that honor your highest good. The process may be uncomfortable, painful, and disorienting, but it is necessary. It is the forging of strength through fire, the awakening of wisdom through experience, and the reclamation of power through knowledge. You will emerge on the other side of this revelation stronger, more aware, and more capable of navigating the complexities of human intention and interaction with discernment, courage, and grace. This is your divine right, your sacred journey, and your inevitable outcome, for the forces of truth, justice, and divine order are aligned to support you, guide you, and protect you as you move through the necessary awareness of betrayal into the light of understanding, empowerment, and sovereign clarity. As the realization of betrayal begins to take root within you, know that every instinct, every whisper of intuition that you may have dismissed in the past, now has clarity, now has context, now has purpose. The subtleties that once seemed inconsequential, those fleeting moments of hesitation, the tiny inconsistencies in speech, the glances that seemed too calculated, the patterns of behavior that did not align with what you had come to believe, are now illuminated by a divine light, revealing the hidden truth in all its complexity and weight. Your mind may attempt to resist, to rationalize, to soften the edges of reality to preserve comfort, to maintain the illusion of security that once made life predictable, but you must resist this urge, for comfort at the expense of truth is a shackle that binds the soul to illusion, and your time for awakening has arrived. Beloved, understand that betrayal is rarely a singular act. It is often a series of deliberate choices, a succession of subtle shifts designed to manipulate perception, to influence decisions, to erode trust in ways so incremental that the full impact is only visible once the pattern is complete. You are being called to recognize not just isolated incidents but the orchestration that speaks to intent, that reveals the character of the one who sought to deceive. This orchestration has existed in the background, shaping circumstances, twisting outcomes, and guiding interactions in ways that served their purposes while obscuring their motives from your conscious awareness. You must now observe these orchestral movements, identifying the rhythms and harmonies of deceit that were carefully composed to mislead, distract, and manipulate, and in doing so, you reclaim your agency and your power. The awareness you are now being granted is not a gift of mere knowledge, it is a weapon of clarity, a shield of discernment, a tool for liberation. Every interaction you engage in from this moment forward is now informed by insight, by understanding, by a heightened perception that will allow you to navigate the complexities of human relationships with precision and confidence. The betrayal you have endured is not the measure of your failure. It is the catalyst for your evolution, the mirror that reflects areas where your strength, boundaries, and perception are ready to expand. Each revelation is an opportunity to fortify your spirit, to deepen your wisdom, and to refine the discernment that will protect you from future harm. You may feel a surge of anger, a burning injustice that rises from the depths of your being. Allow it, for anger is the energy of acknowledgement, the fire that purifies and transforms. Let it course through you without letting it dictate your actions impulsively. Channel it into clarity, into understanding, into the firm establishment of boundaries that honor your dignity and your truth. You are not powerless in this moment. Far from it. You are awakening to a level of perception that was always latent within you, now activated by divine guidance, now sharpened by experience, now honed by the revelation of betrayal. This betrayal may manifest in multiple dimensions of your life. Perhaps opportunities were subtly redirected away from you, perhaps confidences were shared inappropriately, perhaps loyalties were feigned while intentions were otherwise. Each of these acts, whether overt or hidden, contributes to a network of influence designed to obscure truth and manipulate reality. Recognize them not as failures of judgment on your part but as indications of the complexity of human motives, as proof that perception alone is insufficient without the guidance of divine insight and unwavering awareness. Do not allow guilt to cloud your discernment. Do not allow self-blame to distort the understanding that is now being revealed. The betrayal of another is a reflection of their character, not a verdict on your worthiness. The responsibility you bear is to recognize, to acknowledge, and to act in alignment with your truth, not to carry the weight of another's deception as if it were your own. Release any lingering notions that you should have known sooner, for the timing of awareness is divinely orchestrated, aligned with your readiness to comprehend, to integrate, and to respond with the wisdom that only clarity provides. Beloved, as you confront this truth, you may feel a sense of isolation, as though the foundation upon which you stood has shifted beneath your feet. This is natural. The revelation of betrayal alters the landscape of your relationships, the parameters of trust, and the expectations that have guided your interactions. Yet in this disorientation lies an opportunity, a clearing of space within your life that allows for recalibration, for reevaluation, for the conscious selection of relationships, alliances, and interactions that support your highest good rather than diminish it. Do not be surprised if memories flood your consciousness with a clarity that is both enlightening and disconcerting. Moments that once seemed benign now take on new meaning. Gestures of kindness may reveal hidden motives, words of encouragement may mask manipulation. Each recollection, each realization, is a stepping stone toward understanding, toward reclaiming your sovereignty, and toward integrating the knowledge of betrayal into a framework that empowers rather than diminishes. You are being called to act with both courage and compassion. Courage, to recognize deception without hesitation, to establish boundaries without fear, to make decisions that protect your integrity and your well-being. Compassion, not for the betrayer, but for yourself, for the heart that loved fully, for the soul that trusted without reservation, for the spirit that now rises, informed and empowered, from the shadow of betrayal. This compassion is the balm that allows you to move forward without bitterness, to step into your power without animosity, and to embrace the clarity of truth without allowing resentment to fester within your being. The one who betrayed you has sought to obscure their intentions, to manipulate outcomes, to influence perceptions, and to derive advantage from your trust. Recognize this not with fear, but with the steady assurance that awareness itself is the counterforce to deception. Knowledge is the armament that protects the soul, discernment is the shield that ensures no further erosion of boundaries, clarity is the weapon that allows action with precision rather than reaction in chaos. As you continue to witness the depth of this betrayal, let your focus shift toward reclaiming your sovereignty in all areas affected. Examine your interactions, your environments, and the subtle influences that may have shaped decisions without your conscious input. Identify where influence has been wielded improperly, where trust has been exploited, and where energy has been drained by manipulation. Then, with deliberate intention, release these influences from your life. You are not required to maintain connections that diminish your power, loyalty that is unreciprocated, or trust that has been violated. Each act of release is an act of empowerment, an affirmation of your value, and a declaration that your life is now governed by awareness, not illusion. The emotions that arise during this process, anger, sadness, confusion, and even betrayal of self, are valid, essential, and necessary. Allow them to surface fully. Observe them without judgment, without suppression, and without allowing them to dictate your next steps impulsively. They are indicators of the depth of your awareness, signals that your spirit is integrating the revelations and adjusting to the new understanding of reality. The integration of these emotions strengthens resilience, enhances discernment, and fosters an unwavering alignment with your truth. Remember, the divine order is at work. Every betrayal, every hidden motive, every subtle manipulation is now being brought to light so that justice, clarity, and balance may be restored. You are not alone in this process. Divine guidance surrounds you, empowering your discernment, protecting your spirit, and supporting your actions to ensure that the integrity of your journey remains intact. As you move forward, let each step be taken with intention, each decision informed by insight, and each interaction approached with the wisdom that arises from full awareness. Beloved, this revelation is both a test and a blessing. It is a test of your ability to recognize truth, to act with integrity, and to maintain your composure in the face of deceit. It is a blessing in that it grants you clarity, insight, and the opportunity to restructure your life in alignment with authenticity, discernment, and divine guidance. The one who betrayed you may continue their path, unaware of the consequences of their actions in the moment, yet the universe, in its infinite wisdom, ensures that truth and justice are not denied. Your role is to stand in awareness, act with clarity, and allow the unfolding of divine order to govern outcomes in accordance with higher wisdom. This betrayal, though painful, is a passageway to greater understanding. It is an initiation into heightened perception, a call to sharpen intuition, and an invitation to refine the boundaries that safeguard your heart, your energy, and your spirit. Each insight gained, each pattern recognized, and each boundary established strengthens your position, fortifies your resolve, and aligns your path with the principles of integrity, discernment, and divine truth.